the Josoman. Hi, everyone. This is the Josoman, and we're here to address the racial controversy that has erupted between his channel and another channel called Owen MacDonald after the far leftist British Marxist, also called Owen MacDonald, over the Josoman calling, um, Owen a nigger. So
Yeah,
why?
but here's the thing. I said, here's the here's the thing. I said I was there too. I'm sorry, and then he like said, please don't contact me again. I was like, okay. It just made me pissed off. So I,
Why
I
did
said
you
it
tell
soon
him
after.
to never? Why did
Because my friend like wanted me to, and like I was like, whatever. I'll do it quickly. And I think Owen will understand if I say I'm sorry afterwards, like directly afterwards. And I just was just scared to do it. And I shouldn't have done it.
okay?
I just felt like it escalated.
Yeah. So
You're on Espen's stream, right?
pardon? I can
You're on
invite him on the
Espen's
stream if
stream.
you want. Do you want that?
If you want that, yeah.
Okay, I'll have him on the
If you,
stream. If that's what you want, I'm sure he may not come on the stream, but maybe he will.
okay. Might be asleep at this hour. It's
No,
nine
he's
fifty four
he's
for
still
him.
awake.
So
Um,
oh
yeah, it's even later for me.
oh okay.
Yeah, but anyway, I wanted to address the controversy. So, what exactly possessed you to call Owen that word?
Um, I was just told to, so I did it, and I made a mistake. I feel like when he told me he didn't want contact with me, I feel like it was more personal. Fuck. Sorry, I don't know if you allow cursing.
I'm
Personal fuck
fine.
you. Like despite despite apologizing for it, you still said please don't contact me again, even though I said so and called me an illusion child. I guess since you shared my DMs, I'm allowed to like talk about them, which is fine. I guess I have no problem with it. Hey, S man. Here's the thing. I do agree. I agree with S man that it was childish, but like I shouldn't have done it just based on what my friend said.
Yeah, it's peer
Uh,
pressure, right?
you
It's
know,
it's not acceptable to
it
throw out
was
your
pure
moral
pressure.
principle.
It was pure pressure, to be honest. Like he wanted me
Uh,
to. Yeah. So like,
yeah. So, look, I'll just say this: that the only time I've ever used that word is in like a proper context. Like, if I'm describing how oh yeah, people in the 50s and 60s, for instance. Oh yeah, they dropped the N word pretty casually. They'd call black people that.
Mhm. Like even progressive people like President Lyndon Johnson used it in his speeches.
Oh yeah, when he was appointing the first African American Supreme Court justice, he said, and I'm going to use this word in proper context. He said, when I appoint him to the Supreme Court, I want everyone to know that he's a nigger. And whenever he would refer to a bill concerning civil rights, he called it and I'm saying with quotes, and I have to say this repeatedly, not to be taken out of context, that it was a nigger bill.
Yeah.
And you know, he said, I'll have these niggers voting Democratic in 200 years. And it was
For 200
absolutely
years.
for 200 years. And he, oh God, he essentially turned out to be right. However, that could change in less than 200 years. So he might be right, he might be wrong.
Yeah. Well,
I don't,
if the Democrats once again become the party of racism and the Southern strategy.
yeah. And essentially, I will never like, I've pledged myself that I will never call someone of a different race any racial slur. The
Hmm.
same applies to people of different sexual orientations with a slur to that orientation, or trans people. You get the idea
Yeah.
that, I could find other ways to insult somebody without having to have a dig at their identity.
Yeah.
Like, with Owen, he gets the mocking about his teeth all the time. I could do that instead of calling him a racial slur. And
Yeah.
also, I'll just say this, that you don't like have to follow everything Keeper Cast says. And I mean, he is like, you said he was very controlling.
they're just very controlled.
Yeah, you said it, and I saw that
they're very
firsthand.
controlling.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, okay, so for context, so Keeper Cast was kind of being controlling, telling Josoman what to do, who he could hang out with, and I saw this firsthand because I was in a hangout, an off-air hangout, and he's like, "Hey, you want to come on the show?" And I said, "I politely declined." He says, "Oh no, you can't decline." And I said, "Watch me," and then I left because someone had their
He was quite aggressive.
Oh yeah, you saw, especially from the stream, and I was rather annoyed at Josoman concerning that the stream. First of all, like when he tweeted, "Oh yeah, I called Owen the N word," I'm like, "Oh Josoman, why?" So I went to the stream, which was only 20 minutes, and I'm like,
I watched it as well.
yeah, and I saw it, and I'm like, "Where'd you call? Wait, what?" I'm like, Owen had to have tweeted about this. I bet $50 he did, and I saw it, and I'm like, "Oh my god, Josoman." He's like, "LOL, I'm sorry, I got dared," and I'm like,
Not acceptable.
yeah,
Not
I felt my forehead cave in with how hard I
It's not
fake
acceptable to
bombed.
do it.
I look, we condemned Cult of
No,
Ham
it's
when he
like
called.
they're very controlling. So I got
Huh?
I know. I just feel like I feel like I'm getting it worse from you guys than Cult of Ham.
No, I condemned
Which
it.
is understandable.
I never like I've only been on a stream with Cult of Ham like once or twice. I had
Okay,
never
well,
really
yeah.
called someone the N-word.
Yeah, what happened was we were having a heated debate in my Twitter group, Poor Bastards, and what happened was Ham lost his patience because Owen wasn't addressing a point of his or something, and he called him, and I quote, "an illiterate nigger." Owen and him argued about this for quite a while. People were saying, "Get over it; it's not that big a deal," and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just not going to get involved because I did not want to get involved with a minor Twitter drama, and
Yeah.
eventually Owen and Geek left the chat, which that was their right to choose to do so. And I'm like, okay, this is eventually this spread when Owen tweeted the screen caps of the chat, and Zach did a stream with Ham, in which Ham used more racial slurs. I'm not going to repeat them because I don't want your stream being flagged, but and I never said, "Oh yeah, Ham, you're the best for calling Owen that." I just saw it as I don't want to I don't want to give Ham the response that I felt he was wanting to get from this whole thing. So I was just like, I'm not even going to say a thing about it. I'm just going to not like. I mean, if Ham has called me a spick, so is Zach. Zach obviously jokingly, and so is Ham. So I'm like, I just don't want to see. I don't want to make a big deal out of it. And your tweet says, "Hang out to address the racism of Josoman and his friends." I will say that Josoman and his friends did use the N-word in a racist manner. However, I will say that I don't think that the Josoman himself is a racist. I know that's not what you're trying to say, but
I'm addressing the racist action by saying
well, yeah.
the racism of Jocelyn and his friends, his
And
action.
and I regret it.
Well, you said in your
I do
video,
feel like
well, you did say in your video response to Google it that you retracted your apology. You actually did say that. And I'm only
I feel like you said no.
And it's you seem to have when Owen commented on this, you also said, "Fuck you, I'm blocking you, I don't feel sorry." That was your reaction.
Yeah, and look, I'm not saying like
Yeah, that one.
I'm not saying that. Oh yeah, me and Owen are best buds, but I just see it as like, I'm trying to like show like I'm not trying to make enemies on YouTube, and I feel like that's what I kind of did beforehand. But I will say that look, I understand that you were joking. Like I don't think you meant any actual harm, but it's Owen. You know this is how he's going to react, and you know he's going to give you a shitstorm and a half for it. That's why, like, I used to tell these offensive, edgy jokes just to piss him off. But I also got annoyed whenever he'd spam my mentions with it. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stop to save my sanity. And blocking really doesn't do much. It's like he could probably just sign out of his Twitter, just mute the guy. But I mean, it's your account; you do what you want. But I'm probably actually gonna head out because I probably should.
Okay, you don't feel like you have anything more to say to address the issue,
yeah,
Well, it's not only that. Let me see. Where's my clock? It is 10:01. I should probably be in bed by now. But
Okay, so
thank you for
anyway,
having me on. But good
no
night.
problem. Okay, Josoman. Now it's just me and you. So you agree that what you said to Owen was
I
wrong.
do want to say that the only
The
I should
only-
apologize. The only reason why I said I retracted was because I was angry.
Okay. So in a fit of anger, you said, "No, I'm not sorry," and you blocked him. Okay, so where do we go from here? You acknowledge what you did was wrong. You acknowledge that your reaction was wrong. Now, how can we fix the situation?
I think I just need to make a video saying I'm sorry to fix it. I to say to make it more public that I'm sorry.
Okay.
I didn't mean it to escalate the way it did. Sorry.
So, like, if
That's where I
Owen
think
was
I need to
watching
go
the
on from
stream,
here.
you would apologize to him.
Yes, I would. Because it's dumb to like use to like do an excuse that it was another friend that dared me. Because while that was true, it's just whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And
it's still
so,
wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how would you in the future prevent your friends from pressuring you to do things that you know is wrong and know are wrong?
Um, I, I think I would just not try to lie. Here's the thing. It's like when PeterCast says something is like it seems demanding and like you feel like you have to do it. Like you feel like so I guess I did it out I just felt like I had to. It doesn't there's no excuse for it. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
So I just did it because like I did it quickly and I said, "Oh, LOL, I'm sorry." Like I was there to think that I was thinking that Owen would not respond the way he did, and I guess I got pissed off because he said not to contact him again. So
Well,
yeah.
you do realize that that word is often
I
associated with movements like the Ku Klux Klan, which have been known to lynch people like Owen, or people, movements, far right movements in England, which have been known to target people of Owen's race. And so
right.
when
But I was being dumb.
so when
I
you
was
use
just
that
being
word,
dumb.
yeah, okay, I'll do my best to facilitate a conversation. I don't believe that you're a bad person. I just think that there's clearly been two things that have gone wrong here. Actually, three. One, you had a bad reaction when your friend was racist on stream. Two, you let your friends pressure you into being racist, Owen. And three, you reacted badly when Owen, rightly was upset by the racism. And so from
Right.
here, we need to, acknowledge the
So
wrong.
I guess in this.
Okay, so what did you say? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you're right. Sorry, I keep interrupting. There's a bit delay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I just said yeah, you're right while you were talking, and I apologize.
It's okay. I don't mind being interrupted if it's okay. So you acknowledge you're wrong. So what do you want me to do? How can I help you
No,
get
send the clip of me saying this to Owen
okay?
since
And I think you should apologize to Owen in person on a stream, because I think that will be more meaningful to him.
yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. And
I'll do that.
oh,
I'll invite him to another show and hopefully not
okay.
have a scheduling conflict. You know.
Yeah. So that's actually another thing. Like that was quite disrespectful to go on one stream and then quickly sign off for another.
Yeah.
So how do you think that you
Yeah.
can address these scheduling conflicts?
Usually I wouldn't do that.
Okay. So like, do you
I
think,
doing it. Go ahead.
okay. So you so in future, do you think you could keep like a scheduling log of all your different streams that you're doing so you don't run into this sort of scheduling conflict?
Yes, I think I can. In fact, I know I can. I know I can do.
Okay, then that's another good step. That's another thing that you should do. Do you So so we've got a few steps that you can do. First of all, you will talk to Owen on stream and publicly apologize. I will do my best to talk to him and convince him that you are willing to, apologize and you are willing to acknowledge that what you did was wrong. I will do my best to convince him to come on. I can't guarantee that he will listen to me, but I will do my best. Secondly, you will keep a log of all your of all the videos that you plan to do and all the streams that you plan to do, so you don't run into these scheduling
Okay, I can
conflicts.
do that.
Okay. These are two concrete steps to move
Right.
forward. Now, another thing that I want to address was your reaction to the racism that your friend expressed on Owen's stream, where you said, when Owen said, it seems like your friend is a bit racist, you said, well, what you have to understand is that he's got a bit of a humor to him. Well, kind of like chuckling.
Yeah.
So,
And it's just how he is.
sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
It's just how his humor is. I don't justify it. I don't justify it. It's just how his humor is.
Yeah.
I've disagreed with him on a bunch of things.
Okay. So next time, don't say that's just how his humor is. Say, no, I'm sorry that I brought a racist person onto your podcast to insult you. No, I brought a racist person onto your stream.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, if I would have known that, I wouldn't have invited Cuba Cap on. Yeah. I still think that Owen should not report him because all that's gonna do is get him and send him to go someplace else,
than Twitter? Like what?
Other than that, I really didn't disagree with. Oh yeah, kind of right, but Topher is kind of a weird guy. He doesn't care if he gets banned.
Yeah, well, I would imagine.
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see where someone what he did on YouTube. You could argue that they couldn't do it. They couldn't report it because it wasn't on Twitter.
No.
But maybe they can because, yeah. Okay.
So
I'm not saying they shouldn't report him.
You're just expressing it.
Yeah. I think they should report him because he has done it in the past.
Okay.
Yeah. He even got banned from Twitch.tv for it.
So this is a person of, a long string of, racial attacks and even getting banned for them. So I know that friendship can be blind, but out of curiosity, what interests you about him that you want to be friends with him if he's always being racist to people and getting banned for being racist?
I guess he's funny in other ways besides the whole racial thing. Nothing. He seems like a nice guy in other ways. I don't think he means to hate. I don't think he's a racist. It's just he uses that word willy. I think it's because he grew up in Michigan and the majority of black people are from Detroit, where he was at. Because I think he's from Detroit. I'm not saying that's justified or anything. It's just you get used to it because that's the culture.
So you're saying that because he grew up in Michigan and he was exposed to Detroit and the supposedly terrible culture of Detroit, he began to associate all black people with.
No, I'm not saying it's terrible.
Okay, I just
think he uses that word because other black people around him might have used it.
Okay.
He grew up in that area.
Yeah. Okay. I think I see what you're coming from now. Because of his exposure to urban culture and to people who might have used it to reclaim the slur, he might be more comfortable using it himself. However, I didn't really hear the kind of amicable, I don't really find this to be that relevant, but, the way he was addressing Owen didn't really sound very friendly, let's say. It did sound
it wasn't friendly.
it sounded much more, it did sound like it was coming from a place of hate. And I don't know him.
It did seem like that. I think he just did that. He just did that to piss him off.
Mm-hmm.
But
So,
it's not justifying it,
mm-hmm. So you think that maybe like there seems to be kind of a problem of racism in this edgy humor area, because I'm pro edgy humor. You can make jokes at my expense, at the expense of my sexuality, my gender, whatever. But when it comes to people who have been killed for their race, and for whom who won't react well, like it seems like a very silly thing to do, and I just yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Sorry, I
agree.
kind of rambled a bit there.
That's
But
all right. You made your point. You didn't ramble.
mm-hmm. I do also want to make it clear that I don't hate you. I don't know you very well, but you don't seem to be a terrible person. But I would say that, you do need to take steps, and you need to make them quickly to fix this situation. Otherwise, it could steamroll. Because the thing is, Owen
I
has...
privately messaged John
Oh, you messaged Owen on Twitter?
to let him know that I apologize.
Okay.
Yeah, to let him know that I apologize.
Because, yeah, okay, I'll let Owen know too. But the worrying thing is that these sorts of denunciations, due to the nature of politics on Twitter, and especially callouts on Twitter, it could steamroll. And since Owen has a fairly big account of Twitter followers, if he doesn't accept your apology, or if the apology doesn't get to him in time, this could be viewed by thousands of people who then think of a bad perception of you and leave nasty comments on your Twitter channel, on your YouTube. And I noticed on your YouTube channel, you I'm messed up sense of humor, but I'm not racist when it comes to that. People call me every race on Earth has been killed for their race. Yeah, well, that's true. But, Owens in particular is coming from a country which is dealing with a rising far right. He's coming from a country where he was, where he was enslaved for his race. And I think you have to take that into account, considering the power. And I'm not saying that it's justified to call white people racial slurs. Honestly, I kind of find that a bit annoying and a bit hypocritical when when you hear that on the left. But I am saying that it's not like... There's a reason people take it seriously, Brandon. But thank you for sharing your thoughts. So I noticed, let me see, the Josoman. I'm trying to get to your account here. So you posted about 300 videos, and recently you've done I'm a Racist, which I think perhaps you might want to delete, because...
yeah, I'll take it down.
Because that might... if
Owen
comes on here and he sees all these different streams, but then sees one dismissing the racism of your statement, he might be less inclined to be sympathetic.
Yeah, I'll delete them.
Okay, good. I'm very appreciative, Josoman, of your sober attitude and your recognition that what you did is wrong. I was worried that I have to go on to a big history rant about why it was wrong, but I'm glad that you're through giving yourself a few hours to cool down, you're coming to a more mature conclusion. So I'm grateful for that. Okay, I've been bullied for being white and being half Hispanic, but I have forgiven. Europe has been going all right, and it's been scary. People shouldn't judge for something they can't control. Well, yeah, I agree, Brendan. You shouldn't judge people for their race. I'm glad, Josoman, do you agree? We should not judge people for their race.
I agree.
Yeah, everyone agrees. We are all unified.
That's my friend. Can I send him a link?
Sure. I'll send you the link first of all. I don't have you on Twitter. I don't think you follow me, but
I would follow you. I've been wanting to follow you. It's just I just don't know your. It's the Josoman. Just follow me, and I'll follow you back.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Let's see. Where are we here? Yep. Got you, and I've followed you, and now follow me back on Twitter so I can send you the. And who did you want me to send the link to again? Josoman?
To
Owen?
Brandon, my friend.
Oh, Brendan, he wants to join the chat as well?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he wants to join, but I want to send it to him.
Okay, Brendan. I don't know. I don't have him on Twitter.
Mr. Insanity on Twitter, but I don't know if
Okay. Mr. Insanity on Twitter. Okay.
I'll try to get
how about I just post the link of the Hangout in the chat for him, and then he can go on there. That work?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I've sent that to him. So this is good. All this is a good step, and you'll do a conversation with Owen, and then you'll also do a conversation with, let's say, your audience, explaining to them why you think that what you did was wrong.
Yeah. So
okay. This is good. This is because although leftist Twitter and leftist culture has a habit of being very, very judgmental, very, very toxic, a lot of people on Owen's in his mentions expressed hope for you. They thought that you weren't really that bad and that was just your friends. So if you do act quickly, if you talk to Owen, if you express your feelings of regret, and if you try to educate yourself on this issue, then I really think that you could actually turn this into a good thing, into a learning experience. So I'm glad. I want once again. I want to reiterate how glad I am that you have moved on. Oh, hello, Mr. Insanity. What an insane profile.
Hey.
Okay, so what do you think of the racism controversy?
I do think it was really what as Owen said, childish to say that, and it was racist, and I do not agree with it whatsoever. What Josso said to Owen, I thought that was going too far.
Yeah, it was going too far. I was just peer pressured into because it has a major control over my life, and if I don't do it, it'll repeat it until I do it, and that's why I did it.
That sounds like a very toxic relationship.
It's very toxic, and I don't know how to get out of it, so I keep going.
Like, what sort of power does he have over you that he's using to control you?
He uses I don't even know if I should be his friend because he has given my address out. He doesn't give the city out.
Oh my god! He doxed you?
Yes, he and I'll just give a random 123 random house, but he doesn't say I'll just say a random city, Arkansas, Oklahoma. That's not really a city, but he doesn't say the Arkansas city part, but it's the first Google search you can find is my actual address.
Well, that's disturbing, and frankly, even more proof of this guy's toxicity. What would you say, Brandon?
Yeah, I actually know the story what Joss is talking about. I've talked to this guy before. He is, yeah.
Would you mind telling the story to the audience, Josoman? Would you like?
Yeah.
To, or would Brandon?
I mean,
I would rather Brandon tell it because he's better at it.
Sure, Brandon.
All right. So I joined Josso's stream, and what was it? 4 other people joined, and one of them was the guy Josso was talking about, and they were saying all this stuff to him, and I think, mind if I tell them, Josso, what they made you do?
Yeah, I don't mind.
They made Josso send them his penis.
I see.
A dick pic.
Yeah.
And they were saying all this stuff to him on the stream when it was live. I think he deleted it though.
I did delete it.
How old were you when this happened?
This was like 2 months ago, I think.
And how old are you, Josoman?
18.
Okay, so it's not. It could have been, almost like child pornography that they were coercing out of him, but it's still bad, in my opinion.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
They were pressuring me into doing it and wouldn't resist until I did it.
Why do you think you what methods of control do they use to convince you to do it? Do they just say do it over again like they did on Owen's stream, continually coming on until you bowed out to their demands?
I think it's because they kept asking for it, and I agreed initially, but like I don't know how to say no to them because they're very controlling. Like they're like if you don't show up, they're like say I've spent money on you, I've got you this and that. It seems like a very abusive relationship.
That sounds like almost grooming, you know. I've spent money on you, now I want favors from you, including like
Showing
sexual
up to
imagery.
well, yeah,
Yeah, this is starting to get very, very serious. This relationship that you're having with these people. Do you think maybe that a way to end this toxic relationship would be to develop other friend groups, you know, other social connections, so that they
yes, I
didn't have?
already have it with Poor Bastards associated with S-Man.
Okay.
I feel like I should cut them off. It's just like they're gonna be like they know my address, so like I have fear that they're gonna do something.
You think they'd retaliate against you?
They possibly send stuff in the mail that I don't want.
Like what?
Like like one of them said they could send rattlesnakes to my house, so, and thought they. I seriously thought they were going to because they said they already sent it out. So yeah.
So let's get this straight. We have this gang of how many people are in this friend group?
Um, about 8 people. Plus 8 people.
Okay, so we have this group of 8 men who are coercing, you know, sexual images from an 18-year-old and, you know, threatening them with venomous snakes and doxing if they refuse to give in to their demands. And
Well,
then,
they threatening would imply that they didn't already put my address out there.
yeah, so they've already doxed you to establish, you know, yes, we can, but they could also spread the dox around, making
Yeah,
it even
they also
worse.
doxed other well, people too.
So these are serial racist, serial doxer blackmailers.
Yes. I seriously don't want to be their friend, and my mom recommends not to be their friend either. It's just for some reason I keep coming back. Seems abusive, but I don't, I don't want to say that because it seems rude to if it's actually like to people that have been in abusive relationships. But
No, I've been in an abusive relationship. That sounds exactly like I experienced. I used to have since you've been so brave in sharing your personal story on the air, I will do mine as well. I had a relationship with a 27-year-old man when I was about, from when I was a baby to when I was about 16, let's say. That's when it ended. Um, you know, I would come over to this guy's house. I would clean his apartment. I would, you know, do all sorts of things for him. And he would like do these weird sort of hugs to me. And, you know, he would say that he loved me like much more than my parents did. And he would take me out for dinner. But then, you know, when I was about to turn 17, he confessed that he had sexual feelings for me and for my 2 younger sisters. And so, yeah, what you're describing to me very much does sound like an abusive relationship. In fact, probably even a little bit worse than mine, because, you know, I didn't have anyone blackmailing me with the threat of doxes and rattlesnakes. What do you think, Brendan?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
yeah.
I was kind of in that thing myself.
Mhm.
What do you think of the stream mode they were talking about? Because I think like it was never meant to be against them, and then they came in like attacking me. You know.
It's just another way of enforcing power, I think. They saw that you were vulnerable. They saw that you know, a situation where they could easily, you know, quickly get in. And they wanted to reinforce their power over, you know, no, he comes to the stream at every time, he does what we say, and we're going to keep
He
bothering
does
him
he
until he
does
does
do
what they
that.
say.
I come to the stream, and if I don't come to the stream, like and I was off their streams for like a week until I decided to come back. But like I feel like I shouldn't come back anymore. I feel like
Okay.
it, but I don't want to tell that because of the peer pressure of what people will say. Yeah.
Yeah. Cody Ray 199 says, "Damn, that's crazy." Yeah, I agree. This situation is completely out of control. And Josoman, I feel so bad for you that you've had to go through this. And I just want you to know that, if there's anything in my power that I can do to help, to be your friend, to help you get through this, I'm there for you.
Yeah.
Because this is serious. This is, I don't know if it's criminal, but I'd almost say that it could probably fall into a criminal category, what they're doing to you.
Yeah, I don't know if it's criminal either. Like,
Blackmail is a crime, from what I heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And threatening blackmail, would that be considered a crime? I'd say probably. If it isn't, it probably should be. Lonely Wolf, I'm still trying to catch up with what's happening. Okay, Lonely. So here's what's going on. So we were on Owen was doing a stream with the Josoman, and they were going to do a debate around capitalism, I think.
Yep.
And
I still want to like redo that stream because I feel like I kind of shouldn't have done what I did.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll get a chance to do that. I think if the Owen sees this video and see the pressure they're putting you under, he may be a bit more understanding. So then a huge swarm of people from this other stream that the Josoman does, this kind of podcast on Twitch that
I
they
didn't
do.
mean for it to be one person. I did not mean.
Yeah, but this one person sent out invites to all the others, so it was unintentional on the Josoman's part. They all swarmed Owen's stream. Then Owen, reacted with irritation as they tried to pressure the Josoman to join their stream instead, as there had been something of a scheduling conflict. Owen kept booting them, and then one of the people, whose name was Christopher, said that to Owen that, "Listen here, you N-word," and then Owen kicked him off the stream, and the Josoman kind of gave a rather apologetic response to that comment. He said, "Well, the thing about him is he's got a kind of a humor," instead of saying, "That was racist and I'm sorry."
I
And
wanted to say that, but like I feel like because like you watch like a hawk, and then
mm-hmm.
don't know what I'm doing.
So yeah, I didn't understand at the time, but now knowing the situation, I think maybe your reaction was a bit more understandable. Then it moved. Owen was kind of frustrated when you left the stream after they came back and succeeded in getting you off, and went on presumably to their own little Twitch stream. And then you talked on Twitter with Owen, where he expressed your irritation. I can't remember. You have the direct conversation, Josoman. So why don't you read it out for us?
Okay, sorry I don't have this prepared, but yeah, I'll get it.
Okay, sure, and we'll wait for that. But the conversation resulted in the Josoman saying the N-word to Owen, and then Owen reacting by telling him to never contact him again. And then he posted that publicly on his Twitter account, which, as you know, has over 2,000 followers. And the Josoman reacted angrily by blocking him and retracting his apology, then posting a video to YouTube saying that someone had called him racist on Twitter, kind of mocking the idea of racism. And then he did another stream where he thought that Cult of Ham had not been treated as unfairly as he had for his racism.
All right, I have DMs. No problem. Next time you should just stick around to what you're gonna say. Maybe don't be friends. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm a piece of shit.
Would you mind screen sharing?
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, he showed my thing, which is fine. I don't mind my DMs being public. Okay, is it showing?
Yes, it is.
I have no interest in joining that stream. And I said, shut up, near because I was there too. Oh fuck, I'm sorry, I was there. All right, you're going down that road too. Are you a little child? And I got mad because he was calling me that, and thought you were better than this. And please don't contact me again.
Okay. So as you can see, there was that there was the yeah.
Okay, I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, I yeah, that so we're now at the point where I invited the Josoman to talk about his this on a stream that I hosted, and he leaned to a much more apologetic direction, where he said, no, what I did was wrong, and now he's going to take concrete steps to fix the problem. But in this conversation, we revealed a new menace, this friend group of 7 other people who bully the Josoman basically into sending them dick pics, threatened him by sending they threatened him with spreading his docs around the internet. They already doxed in a limited way the Josoman, and they also threatened to send rattlesnakes to his address. And whenever he doesn't go on their streams, they harass him until he does. And so Brandon and I agreed that this seemed to be a very toxic relationship. And so that's basically where we are now, to sum it up, Lonely Wolf.
Yep, that's
Well, they also threatened Jotso to they were going to send his that penis picture he sent to them. Sorry, I'm a little sick, but yeah.
It's okay. You can't help being sick.
Yeah.
yeah. Is that towards me or part the whole? Okay, sorry. Sorry.
I hope that this situation can be resolved.
I think it can be.
It's
Because
but
I don't hate black people. In fact, I love black people. I think they're the best sort of people. That I just hope no one perceives me as being racist. Because
yeah.
like,
And I think extracting yourself from this toxic friend group will help alleviate any sort of lingering sentiment that some people have that you might be a racist. So I personally don't think you're a racist. I think that you're just in a very toxic relationship. But I can understand why Owen may not feel the same way, especially considering he doesn't have access to this information yet. And I'll make sure that he does. So, but moving on, I think we need to think of concrete steps to deal with your toxic friend group. How can we get you out of them? How can we help protect you?
right now, I'm writing a tweet saying I'm no longer associating with KeeperCast. It's been a
Okay.
long time coming. If you want to talk to me and you're a fan, talk to me. I'll always be on Twitter.
Okay. And do you mind screen sharing the tweet so our viewers can see that you've done that?
Yep. I'll
Okay.
screen share.
Great. Yes. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Good job. Very brave. Okay, so you've made your separation from them definite. Now, you might actually need to block them.
Okay, I will.
Because knowing their tendency of sending you harassing, threatening messages until you do what they want, they might pressure you into, backsliding and rejoining the group.
Yeah, right now I'm leaving their Discord, so you know what Discord is, right?
I do.
Okay. Do you have a Discord? Or
I do have a Discord.
okay, I'd like to join that. I guess send it to the YouTube chat.
I mean, I don't have like an official Discord group, but I have a
I do.
username on Discord. Okay, I'll join yours then.
Okay.
I'm in S-Mans, I think, and a leftist gamer group. That's about it. So now that you're disassociating from this this toxic friend group, what do you think you might need to move towards a more constructive friend group? Do you think Poor Bastards will be enough? Or would you like more conversations with people like me or Owen?
Yeah, more conversations with people like Owen and me.
Okay.
Maybe not be in Owen's group chat because he might not approve of that. He may not want contact with me just yet, but maybe a group chat like yours. You can
I
always
will
invite-
definitely talk to you. You seem like a nice person. I'm interested to hear more of your opinions, even though we may not always agree.
Oh, sorry for the camera. It's glitching out sometimes.
It's okay. Cameras are always like that. They're often very imperfect. Do
Should
you
recuperate in a minute.
you know any other way that aside from Discord and Twitter, that they could contact you to pressure you?
Google Hangouts.
Okay. Do you know how to block them on Google Hangouts?
No, I do not.
Okay, I'll look that up. How to block.
Wait, are you using a? Don't you have a smartphone, Joso?
I can. Okay, now I figured out how to block. Okay, I
Okay, so it
blocked
says log
Super
into your
Cat.
Google Plus account, click the name of the person you wish to block, hit the gear icon next to the offender's name, and select block and click save.
Okay, there
Do you want
it
me to
goes.
screen share those instructions for you?
No, I just did it.
Okay, so Lonely Wolf said that himself and Chairview are good to talk to. I would concur. I'd actually like to do a chat with Lonely Wolf sometimes. He seems like an interesting chap. I suspect that we'll have lots to talk about in regards to men rights activism versus my feminism, and where he falls in with that. I'm just in general. Lonely Wolf has proven himself to be a considerate, intelligent voice, and I'm really glad. I'm really glad talking to him.
Well, I support feminism when it comes to religion.
Okay, yeah. So you
Yeah,
support the
that's
equality of men and women.
yes. Especially in religion. I'm a part of the Church of the Satanic Temple.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
and
aware.
yeah, and knowing them, they're well, yeah. I guess you know who they are, but
Yes.
yeah, so you know what they do. Okay, cool.
Although
But yeah,
some
that's
of our viewers might not, so if you'd care to explain.
basically we support feminism when it comes to religions such like Islam, for example, where women aren't treated fairly whatsoever and almost treated as property, and we are 100% against that kind of stuff in like any religion, including Christianity and wherever else.
Yeah,
But
I'll
yeah,
definitely agree that in fundamentalist and mainstream Islam, there's lots of work to do on women's rights, and
yeah.
I'm very critical of certain
I mean, we
passages in the
support
Quran.
religion, but yeah, we support like all religion. It's just that we just don't want we just don't support like the far extreme of it.
Yes, fundamentalism.
Yeah.
So you might say that you're very critical of opinions like those held by Humane Mind.
Yeah, I am. I do when it comes to religion, abortion. Um, what else? There's
He's an
some other stuff, but
anarcho-capitalist.
yeah, that too.
So like everything. You just named his entire all of his politics.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I'm not a conservative nor I'm left. I'm in the independent side.
Oh, okay. Lonely
I'm
Wolf
an
says, I
independent.
hate men's right activists, but I identify with men's liberation movement. I'm not familiar with the men's liberation movement. I will do more research into that and possibly make a video on it because it sounds very interesting. And I do believe that feminism needs to have a broader appeal and to concentrate, to also focus on issues of how sexism affects men. I'm totally
Right.
pro that.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And
It,
trans people as well
yeah.
because they've been targeted a lot, and it's
Mhm.
they shouldn't be.
Yeah, I agree with you, Brandon. You're
Yep.
you're preaching to the choir here. um, so Josoman, just to check in, you blocked him on Google Hangouts.
Yes, I did.
Okay, is there any other way that you could think that he could contact you?
Um, no, maybe through Facebook, but I can block him there too.
Okay, so that's another good idea. So go block him on Facebook. You're doing great. We can do a live discussion to tease out the differences. Lonely Wolf says, I would be completely for that. Yeah, I'm curious. Honestly, I'm curious to see what your opinions are and how they stack up to mine. I'm sure most people on this stream know that I'm quite far left, but I do tend to, be quite open to discussion. I like having my ideas challenged. I think it's interesting, to experience that sort of challenge. And the reason I'm a far leftist is because I see it as the most critical, of all the different political ideologies. I see it as the most critical of our society and its institutions. And it would be kind of hypocritical to me to to be on one hand very critical of society, but not be critical of my own beliefs and how they could potentially be bad or faulty or misguided. So yeah, basically that's my summation of why I love debate. So Josoman, like how often do you speak with these people, or did?
3 times a week. Sometimes
Okay.
4.
So that's a significant amount that we'll have to replace with another social interaction, so you don't ever feel the urge to go back. So you like speaking with S-Man, right?
Right.
So do you
And
think we could schedule 1 stream a week with S-Man?
yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'd encourage you to, if you have any way to write this stuff down, to write it down.
I can write it through a notepad, sticky notes on.
Sure, that would work. So let's just tackle this sticky note first. So 1 stream with S-Man. Did you do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday with this group?
It was Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday.
Okay, so let's for now, let's say the Tuesday stream you can do with S-Man.
Okay.
Um,
Tuesday with S-Man.
Lonely Wolf. If you're still there. Okay, Lonely Wolf. Are you free on either Friday or Sunday to do a conversation with the Josoman? He may not respond quickly, but if he doesn't, let's say Brendan, would you feel comfortable doing a stream with the Josoman?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so let's.
We talk all the time, me and Brandon.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So, what weekly would either Friday or Sunday work best for you?
Either day, but I need to know what Brandon which days work.
The best days for me would be Sundays.
Okay, Sundays, and the Josoman. Let's. How about I will take Friday.
Okay.
So now we've replaced this, the toxic friend group with a new kind of social interaction for you, so you don't feel, any longing for this old social interaction that you were having.
Lonely Wolf says on Friday is okay.
Okay, so if I'm busy on Friday, as I sometimes am, it also works well for. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. It also works that you can talk to Lonely Wolf, so write that in your sticky note as well.
I just put it in.
Okay, great. So now let's also move down to the steps of how you're going to deal with the racism situation to Owen.
Okay.
So 1, you need to make I'm going to try to get him on a stream with you where you can apologize to him in your own words. All right? For, the 3 things you did wrong,
Right.
apologizing for your friend's racism, being racist to Owen, and then, reacting badly when he was angry about it.
Right.
So those are the 3 things that you need to apologize for.
I have it written
To
down.
Owen. 2, make a video apologizing for these things and explaining why you were wrong to your audience.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do it tonight
Okay, that works.
after the stream.
That's, I think, what you need to do. And the 3rd thing I was going to say is cut ties with that friend group, but you've already done that pretty well. So just, hold in there, keep firm, resist the urge to backslide. I know how hard it can be, how often it's so tempting to slide back into, you know, dependence on these people. But, I'm going to need you to be strong and to hold in there and to fight the urge.
Okay. I think I can do that.
Okay, great. Like this is all good stuff. This is all concrete things, and I myself will talk to Owen and to try to convince him to do a stream or some sort of conversation, expressing your willingness to apologize for your behavior and explain to him a bit more about the situation that's been going on.
All right. If the camera's, I think the camera will act up, so I'll do it tomorrow. But yeah, I'll definitely make that video.
Okay, sure. And I don't know how late it is where you are.
It's 11:45, so 11:48, so it's almost tomorrow.
Yeah. So I'd say that it might be a bit better to wait and do it tomorrow, because you'd be doing it so late, you'd be tired, you wouldn't be able to give it your all, sorry. And but no, this is all good stuff.
So I'll subscribe to you so you can message me on YouTube.
I will. Brandon, do you have any suggestions for the Josoman?
You did we talk about Joso doing a apology video to Owen?
Yes.
Okay. I had nothing else to say then. I mean, I think he should, do an apology video to Owen.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I would do, but yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, we seem to be in agreement. So, do you know how to do apology videos? Have you ever done one before?
Yes, I've apologized before.
Okay. Do you have like a cat?
Yeah, I do have a cat.
Animals make apologies better, I think.
I'll record him and use an audio track, a second audio track for, me speaking.
Great. This is all good stuff. So unless you have anything else that you feel you need to say to the audience, or unless you have anything else you feel you need, I think that will be good. And I think I hope that you'll be able to work on these 3 things that we've stated out, and with any luck, I'll be able to get Owen to talk to you, and you can confess your real feelings to him.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much, both of you, for your time, and thank you very much, everyone, for watching my first podcast or live stream on YouTube. Ta-ta for now.